So this is the last panel to scrub. It's the shutters in the blue bedroom. So they were pretty dire, and that is just bird poo, bat poo, spider poo. All the poos, and it's scrubbed off with a toothbrush basically. And hard work. The weather's cooled off, it's quite breezy today. But that is my last one, hurrah! So I'm in the blue bedroom and I'm painting the skirting and trying to leave as much of the original paintwork as it is. As I've said before, this is the blue bedroom, it's always been the blue bedroom. So I'm following the skirting around, and I'm doing it because it is in a pretty bad way. They've painted a blue paint that was very sort of chalky on top of a black, and it's all flaked off, so I'm just painting over that with a modern paint, which is a shade that sort of blends in. The only things I've found under the skirting so far is this little bit of paper that doesn't have a date. There's always lots of pins in this room between the floorboards usually, and a 1 franc dated 1960, so 63 years ago. So this is the quince just cooking down. Mark's grated it all for me. It's extremely hard, and this year I'm making it with some orange zest in it just to make it a little bit different. Got the jam sugar to go in, that's got some pectin in it to make it nice and thick. So that will take about an hour of bubbling away there. So there's the quince jam made. There's some for breakfast table in the morning and a couple of jars for later on in the autumn. This is our second batch of grape jam, and we've used less sugar this time, so hopefully that won't be quite as sweet as the last batch. We still have a lot of grapes to use up. So this is our library. In here I've got all sorts of treasures, so anything I've found that's really interesting I've put into frames here. For instance, that's a photograph of the World Exhibition that they had in Paris in 1900. So I think the Eiffel Tower was built for the previous one to that. Just interesting things. This is a company that does fireworks, and that's their advertising for 1929. Old postcards, ones with photographs on, certificates, old menus. So I think that menu is very, very early. Me kicking the chair, 1928 and 1905. This is the original wallpaper in here. So that's just a piece of wallpaper that I haven't painted over, just to show the original. I'm swinging around to the next set of shelves, and here we have all sorts of aluminium ware that I've collected. This glass dome is what I've come to get. I'm going to take my little bear out of there. He's going to go into a new home, and I'm going to use that as a display. So we have displays of all sorts of other things here, and if I swing you around again, the shelves on the other side have all the bottles that I've dug up out of the grounds and found in cupboards and attic and just all over the place. We've got hundreds of bottles, a huge collection of bottles. That set are all floor polish. So all sorts. I'm in the main salon. It's the dome I've just taken down from the shelves. It needs a good clean. And here's the other one I have. So that one actually is filled with dried flowers. So they're real flowers that have been hand painted. they're dried in a desiccant, which looks like ground sugar. And once they're absolutely dry, they're hand painted back to the colours they were originally. So, look away now if you don't like bugs. So this is my display. It's something I can add to over time. So what I'll do is I'll just take the dome off. So here we are, I'm going to add to it over time. This is a swallowtail butterfly. We also have scarce swallowtail butterflies here. Get a lot of those during the summer. This is a moth. So this is a hummingbird moth. You always know if one of those are in the house because they bounce off the windows. Here, I think this is a baby katydid. So this is a full-size katydid. It looks like a grasshopper. They fly, they've got very big wings. Singly, they're katydids. If you have the right conditions and you have a population explosion into millions, then that becomes locust and they eat crops and can be a pest. Here they're just single. We've got some different types of bees. Yeah, just turn it around. We've got a grasshopper. There's various types here. There's also crickets. I haven't got a cricket yet, but these are just things that I've picked up, I've found dead. So I then put them in a bag in the freezer, just make sure all the bacteria is dead. Shield bug, there's many types of shield bugs here. There's lots of hornets, they've never caused us any problems whatsoever. He's on top of a maybug. I was really pleased to find the maybug, but I didn't get him into the freezer quick enough to kill the bacteria, so the bacteria dissolved his soft body parts. I just have his carcass, underside of him left. Lovely bumblebee. We have lots of different types of ones here. I would like to find one that's a purple solitary bee. We have lots of those. I've yet to find a dead one. As I say, these are just ones I've picked up that I found dead. There are many types of moths here. We put a moth trap out sometimes, and a huge amount of spiders, and oh, there's a nice big one there.
Barbara's busily making curtains, so I'm there going to put up the last two curtain rails. So there's one for the top of that window, and one for the top of that window. Got the rails here on the bed. All the fixings, screws, hooks, so I'm just going to put them together and put them up. There we go, that's one rail. And that's the other rail. All we need is now some curtains. So I'm just making the pelmet, and this area here is where the window opens through, so I need to make sure that these bits aren't too deep into the recess, so I'm just measuring them off before I staple them. And then I can carry on with the rest of the pelmet, and the other corners go on here, and that'll be all finished. go. This should be the last one of all the helmets and curtains. Right.
Yeah, that's very good.